Mia checked her watch. 2 hours down, 46 to go. The gelatinous blob pulsed an angry red, its pseudopods lashing out at the reinforced glass. I swear it's gotten bigger, Jake muttered, peering at the creature. Mia shrugged. The owner said it expands when agitated. Maybe it doesn't like us. The blob's surface rippled, forming what looked disturbingly like a human face. It mouthed silent words. Jake shuddered. I'm not paid enough for this. On Xerex Prime, Ambassador Cathax reviewed the terms of the newly signed peace treaty. Excellent work, negotiator, he burbled to his assistant. The humans proved more flexible than anticipated. The negotiator's tentacles writhed with pleasure. Indeed, their eagerness to avoid conflict made them quite amenable to our demands. Cathax's eye stalks swiveled towards a holo display. And how fares our secret weapon? The display showed a familiar reinforced glass enclosure. Inside, a gelatinous creature pulsed with barely contained rage. It grows stronger by the hour, the negotiator reported. Soon, it will be ready. Jake, get in here! Mia's voice echoed through the habitat. Jake sprinted into the aviary, skidding to a halt beside his wide-eyed colleague. What's wrong? Mia pointed at the ceiling. That! A flock of iridescent bat-like creatures hung upside down, their compound eyes glowing softly in the dim light. As Jake watched, one unfurled leathery wings and took flight, spiraling down towards them. Duck! Jake yelled, pulling Mia to the ground. The creature swooped overhead, letting out a piercing shriek. In response, the entire flock took wing, filling the air with a cacophony of alien sounds. They were supposed to be nocturnal! Mia shouted over the din. Jake grimaced. Maybe no one told them we're in a different time zone. In a hidden bunker beneath the Zyrexian capital, General Vexcor addressed his war council. The humans suspect nothing, he growled, mandibles clicking with satisfaction. While they focus on caring for our pets, our real forces gather strength. A subordinate raised a tentacle. But sir, what if the humans discover the true nature of the creatures? Vexcor's exoskeleton bristled. Impossible. We've engineered them to appear harmless. By the time the humans realize the truth, it will be far too late. Mia slumped against the wall, exhaustion etched on her face. I never thought I'd say this, but I miss regular Earth pets. Jake nodded, wincing as he inspected a nasty-looking burn on his arm. Yeah, at least dogs don't spit acid when they're hungry. A series of loud thumps echoed through the habitat. They exchanged weary glances. Your turn, Mia said. Jake sighed and hauled himself to his feet. Fine, but if that six-legged tiger thing has escaped again, I quit. He trudged down the corridor, the thumping growing louder. As he rounded the corner, he froze. The reinforced glass enclosure that had housed the gelatinous blob was empty. A perfectly circular hole melted through its surface. Mia? Jake called, his voice cracking. We have a problem. On the bridge of the Zyrexian flagship, Ambassador Cathax and General Vexcor watched with growing alarm as their carefully laid plans unraveled. How could this happen? Cathax demanded, eye stalks quivering with rage. Vexcor's exoskeleton paled. It appears we underestimated the creature's intelligence and their desire for freedom. The ship's view screen showed chaos unfolding across Earth, but it wasn't the coordinated invasion they had planned. Instead, legions of alien pets ran amok, their actions seemingly random and uncontrolled. Cathax deflated, his color fading to a sickly gray. We've made a terrible mistake. Jake and Mia stood outside the habitat, watching as swarms of alien creatures filled the sky and lumbered across the landscape. So, Mia said, her voice unnaturally calm. What do we do now? Jake ran a hand through his hair, wincing as his fingers brushed against a fresh set of scratches. Well, I guess we should call the owners and let them know their pets got a little overexcited. Mia snorted. Right. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Alien, but your lovable space critters turned out to be an invasion force. Our bad. Jake chuckled, then grew serious. You know, it's weird. They don't seem to be, invading. It's more like they're just exploring. As if on cue, the gelatinous blob oozed past them, its surface shimmering with a rainbow of colors. It paused, formed a mouth-like opening, and let out a sound that could only be described as a happy burble. Mia and Jake exchanged bewildered looks. Maybe, Mia said slowly, they just wanted to be free, to see the world beyond their cages. Jake nodded, a small smile forming. So, what you're saying is, we might have accidentally saved the world by being terrible pet sitters? Mia laughed, the sound tinged with hysteria. God help us all. In the distance, a six-legged tiger bounded past, playfully chasing after a flock of iridescent bat creatures. The earth would never be the same, but perhaps that wasn't such a bad thing after all.